Hello friend, welcome to the channel. Thank you for joining me. Hope you are doing very well. Today we are going to discuss about the managing of services and daemons in Red Hat Linux 7, 8 and 9. So how we can manage the services, and also let's get started. So I have the one of the RHEL 7 system, and we'll be seeing here that how all these things. So let's understand what is daemon actually. So daemons is just a process, right, that wait or run in the background and performing some kind of the task, right. It could be any task, any service it is running, right. So generally daemons start automatically at boot time and continue to run until shutdown or until they are manually stopped, right. So that is the daemons. Just like we have the different daemons, just like you can take a example of SSH services, right. So SSHD is the daemon name for that. In the same, we have the cronid, that is also a daemon which is being used for the NTP protocol or the NTP configuration on RHEL Linux 6. Firewall D used for the firewall, and the generally the convention of the names of many daemons program end with the D letter, right. Just like it is showing here, the D letter. So it means just like the SSD, firewall D and HSD. So just like if we have to see status of one of the running, right, just like we have the SSD underscore keygen.service SSD underscore service SSD.d socket. So these all are known as the daemons, right. So just like we can see here all this. So this is about the daemon, and let's understand the service state. So there is a lot of state in this service, just like if I run the command systemctl status SSD. So currently we can see this is the running in active or running state, right. So this is the current state of this SSD services. So in the same manner we have different we can say the state, right. So you can also see the loaded sometime, right. So if you see here the loaded active or here you can see here the loaded, right. So this means that unit configuration file has been processed successfully, and that is the here, right. If service is showing something like the active and active running, right, this means it is running with the one or more continuing process, right. So that is the process ID, and this is running with this process ID. If you see here, just like the exited, right, here see exited. So it means that successfully one time configuration or the task has been completed, and it is showing as exited. So just like if you have the service, right, which only need to be start once, right, for that means see this is that service has been started and activated and successfully completed the task. In case if you are seeing here the waiting, right, so that means that the service is running but in the waiting for an event, right, and it is not running. Just like it is completely not running and it is in the waiting state. If you see here inactive, that means just like if we let me have a look on the another, just like the systemctl status cronid, it is running, and if I stop it, right, it will show as inactive, right. So it is showing as inactive, dead, right. It means it is not running. And if it is showing something like the enabled or disabled, right, so let me restart it. So it is up and running now. So second thing is there is a that if this service is enabled, right, systemctl is enabled, there is a command cronid. So it is showing as enabled, right. So if it is enabled, that means that the service, whenever the system will be boot, right, that will get start automatically, right. And if it is showing as disabled, right, let me disable it, disable. So right, it is showing as disabled, so this means that it will not start at a boot time. Let's I reboot the server, so it will not restart at boot time. So this is the status, and let me re-enable it. If I want to re-enable it, then we can enable it, enable cronid, and now it is enabled, so it will automatically run at the next boot up times. Generally there is a lot of just like we have the command, right, the controlling system services. So just like we have the service, so how we can manage that service? So we have the command systemctl, system control. Then we have different option, just like if we want to see the status and the unit name or service name, just like if I want to see the just like the cronid, right, cronid. So it is showing that this is the NTP client server services and it is up and running indeed. If you want to stop that, then you can use the stop command, systemctl stop cronid, and if you see status, it will show it is in a active mode. If you start the service, then you can run the start command and it will show it is up and running. If you restart, if you want to restart, then there is a command restart, so it will start restart the fresh one, right. And if you see that if you want to see completely and started NTP clients is at this time, right, so all this it will show, just like sorry, if we don't want, just like we have the service, right, and in case it will impact if we are going to restart the service, then what we can do, and we need to reload some type of configuration, just like we have made some configuration changes and we don't want to restart the service, then we have command reload. So it will not completely restart the services, but what it will do, it will take in effect the made the configuration changes, right. So only the reload configuration file at the running services, just like if I change, write something, oh sorry, CSR not applicable, okay. So just like let me do it for the SSD. Some service does not support the reload of the services, but yeah, SSD has been reloaded, and if I see the status, it will up and right, just the 1 hour ago, so it is showing that up and running, and it is reloading and reloaded successfully, right. This is the times 1631, and at this time it has been reloaded, right, this time successfully. Then we have a command mask command, right. So just like I don't want to do SS cronid, and if you want to mask it, right, so when you will run it as a mask command, it will completely mask a service, right. So and disable a service from being started both manually and the boot time, but we don't want. And if you want to unmask again, then you have the command unmask, as we have also discussed about the enable and disable successfully. Also, if you want to see the dependencies, right, then we have the command list dependencies and the unit. So it will show all the dependencies which is required to run these services, right, and it will show in automatically in the less command. So you can use this command. So this is something. If you want to see here something, there is a we can say, just like if you want to see the unit file, right, then we have the command systemctl cat or the SSD. So this is the unit file, right. Just like if you want to manually configure any kind of the services, then what we can use the same kind of this, just like we can go to the cd usr lib slash system d, and here you will see all the services related to all the core dump fsck, and there is a lot of others. You can also create a file here, and then it's like ssd.services get sshd. So this is so here, but generally you can configure in the same manner, just like this way. So you can configure also any custom services as well. And there is also, if you want to see systemctl hyphen l, so it will show all the loaded or let me complete it into the big picture. So it will show all the running and right, loaded and active services unit. So if you want to systemctl list units files hyphen type equal to service, and it will show all the service enable or disable and all the statics and unstatics. It is all about the services. So thank you for your time.